steely resolve, and sure grittiness.
It starts with an attitude. We need swagger, okay? Regardless of what happens out there. Doesn't matter. Keep your swagger.
Welcome into the Five Hole Fantasy Hockey Podcast, the fantasy hockey podcast that would not give up one of their own children for a win. Get good, San Jose Sharks. But we are your hosts tonight, Alan and Jay. Jay, how about them Jays?
Oh my goodness. Baseball season, October, baseball. Alan, it is a beautiful thing. It is a beautiful thing. And what is with it? With the Jays and elimination playoff games and seventh innings. I don't know what it is. Like, you look 10 years back and it was still the seventh inning in which all the drama llama happens, and 10 years later it repeats again.
But I don't know, Leafs. That is how you do a game 7. But we are here tonight with your shutdown shift, your weekend preview. So before we get into that, as always, wherever you're finding us, YouTube, Twitter, Discord, we're 3,000 people talking wheel and deal and hockey on there. And if you can always slide into our DMs there or Twitter. And then the website, FHFhockey.com. TJ just recently added that transaction law or the transaction trends. Let's get into it. So first up, headlines, and this was really cool. I was trying to find some kind of storyline-ish thing to talk about tonight, other than injuries. But yeah, this was in a stat article from Daily Faceoff. So Jet Greaves, as of yesterday, the 21st, leads the NHL in goals saved above expected per 60. Don't make me explain what that stat means exactly. I don't know. It sounds very fancy. But for the fantasy angle, he is 38% owned right now. This may be last call on him. Currently all 3 of his starts are quality starts. Columbus now has been kind of doing a one game between him and Elvis so far, but in his 3 games, his lowest save percentage in those 3 starts was a 917. So 3 starts to 917, 926, 935. And then his goals against average in all 3 of those was right around 2. So 2 on the dot, 204, 207. I don't know. I would say for those of you who are, I don't know, you're still missing Blackwood, and who knows when he's coming back. You got Markstrom out for a few weeks. You got Aiden Hill out week to week. This might be a guy who can help you out in net. I don't know, Jay. What do you think?
Yeah, and I mean, even that lowest save percentage game was a win as well, right? So yeah, what is Elvis doing? Like, we gotta do some cross team comparisons here.
No, blind, total blind study, man. We don't need to know how Elvis is doing. We just need to know how Jet's doing, because that's the storyline.
Because holy smokes, my goodness, like Columbus is, I guess, just amazing at goalie. I don't even think so. Like, Alan, what is going on with that first?
I mean, this is what we saw from him in his 5 starts last season. He was just incredible. Like, he was the reason that they almost made the playoffs up until the 11th hour.
I don't know, man. Like, I'm like, let's pour a bit of cold water as well, right? So all those
samples. I know it's more than 1 though. The sample size is more than 1.
It is.
But I would say I say he's definitely worth a gamble next week because Columbus has one of, if not the best schedule. I mean, what you get probably 2 start. I think maybe 2 starts.
You would definitely get 2 starts out of him.
Yeah. They have a back-to-back start week.
Most likely get the Leafs and the Isles, right? I guess is what next week would be, or he would be the Sabres and the Blues. So I guess I would probably want the Sabres and the Blues, but I'm even gonna say too, like how owned up is so Greaves. I'm seeing 38%. On Fantrax, am I seeing this right? He's 65% owned. Holy smokes.
That's probably right. Well, remember, Fantrax is where all the savvy people are.
For sure, for sure. Elvis is 39% owned. So I would almost say, like, weirdly, Elvis is almost the weird value play
And I
there.
think I remember telling you before the season started, like it wasn't by much at the time, but
No.
Jet was more owned than Elvis in Yahoo. So that was funny.
which I remember thinking,
Like,
like, it's
everyone
just
knew it
as
was coming.
crazy. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Actually, funny enough, even on Yahoo, yeah, too. Like, even in our league, Alan, Jet is taken and Elvis is free. But
Oh yeah.
I think they're doing a full split, Alan, if I'm looking at this correctly.
Yes.
I know.
It
It's a
seems like
full
it's
split.
exactly the way I think Boston did it like a couple of years ago with Olmark and Swayman.
Which I think is honestly as fair as the
at one
play is.
game.
Alan, don't we kind of think that Elvis needs this? You know what I mean? He's had years and years of, like, he's on the IR, and then they're just like, if only he was healthy. And how many
I don't
years?
know.
It's like,
I don't know.
how many years has it been?
I mean, I just side on he's not that great, but I don't know. Maybe this'll, I don't know. It'll establish its own rhythm for him, and maybe they'll have.
If
two
you don't
really
have-
good 1A, 1B.
If you don't have to start every night, then you'd assume his injury woes go away naturally. You're, what reason would you be? You know, what reason would you have to say I'm getting hurt? Like, your groins are free. You know what I mean? Like, you good.
But all right, let's get into injuries there. So big one, huge one. Oh, this is terrible. I mean, he does it every time. But Mark Stone is week to week. Marner, it looks like on the power play 1, Marner moved to his spot, and then Shea Theodore is back on power play 1 at practice. I don't know if they might have played last night. I didn't take a look at how that power play was distributed, but you gotta imagine this is good for Theodore. And don't even bother checking. When I checked yesterday, he was like 95, 96% owned. Like,
I'm not cheering for the injury. I'm cheering for the fact that my Theodore stakes are coming.
Yeah.
through.
No, this is great. If you were holding on the Theodore this whole time, which it looks like everyone did. And then Jake Wallman and the Edmonton Oilers, not incredibly fantasy relevant, but still, well, I would say it's fantasy relevant adjacent. I would say this is great news for those of us who have Stu Skinner, who has been just Jekyll and Hyde so far. He's got a better defense in front of him now. And Shane Gostisbehere went back to Raleigh. Team is currently on a road trip until next Tuesday. Like, so he's been considered out for the remainder of this road trip. Keandre Miller, quarterbacking power play 1 of all things. I don't know, Jay, you think that sticks?
I think the big one with Ghost is he's always hurt, like every now and then, right? So I would definitely say the value proposition of a Keandre Miller.
I bet he's widely available.
Agreed. Yeah, and I think especially as we were talking about like schedule, I'm gonna want to pull it up for the coming week too to see what Carolina's working with here. But let's see. So they got Thursday, Saturday, and then is it just a Thursday, Saturday, Tuesday slate? No, it is.
Yeah.
Geez, they're still perfect, eh? Oh my goodness. So I guess.
Wait, did they beat Vegas last night? I don't
5-0. So yeah, I would say so.
Okay, I guess they did. But yeah, I just thought that was weird that Keandre Miller, of all things, I mean, this could be a kind of a Uyghur light, I think, if everything pans out, because power play 1 access. I mean, he doesn't give you a periffs at the rate like someone like Uyghur does, but it's nice rather than just points. But next up, also from Vegas, Aiden Hill, week to week after leaving Monday's game. He was slow to get up after an awkward play and putting a weight on his left leg. This is terrible. They have recalled Carl Lindblom from the Silver Knights. All right, so I think we had already kind of pumped.
Alan, I'm going to clarify
a little bit. What are you?
The Canes got killed by Vegas on Monday night,
that's
so
what I thought.
ignore it.
Because I had Freddie,
There are
and I'm
no
like,
perfect
I don't think Freddie.
There are no perfect teams no more. No.
Okay.
Perfection doesn't exist in the NHL.
We were already tooting the horn on Akira Schmid. Now, I almost ran and not walked to go pick up Akira Schmid, but Vegas does not play again until Saturday, and they have a back-to-back. So if you pick up Schmid now, you're only getting 1 of 2 starts this coming, not even till the weekend on him. So I don't know, Jay. Do we still think Akira Schmid is someone we should walk, not run or run not walk to go grab or
Like, I mean, Alan, we always play the schedule, right? And I mean, it just
I know for the rest of the week, it's just like I don't know about run. Maybe wait a couple days, wait till it gets closer, right?
it's also tougher because there's probably a guy that you could hold on to a couple extra days and drop that guy instead. So I'm a little iffy. Now,
See,
having
I think
said
that's the
that, I
play.
would
If you want Schmid, that's the play. Like give it a couple
I
days.
think also we should offer up probably comparables to our listeners, because I want to say when we say walk, don't run, sometimes like it kind of really depends on who's available to drop. If we actually pulled up a little earlier to what we were discussing before, Jet Greaves and Elvis, would you rather, if that was the trio, Jet Greaves, Elvis, or Schmid, where do you lie?
Yeah. I still think Vegas is the better team overall.
I'd agree. I'd agree.
I think you're going to get a better short term return if you picked up someone like if you picked up Jet. No,
I think so too.
Yeah,
think
because
so too.
again,
I'm absolutely in
Vegas
that boat.
only having the back-to-back Saturday, Sunday, like if Schmid plays Saturday, like you're trying to get him in when everyone's playing. If you play Sunday, cool, but or do you want to take that gamble?
I think the play is literally to hope to God whichever half of your tandem is going to play against the Caps come Friday, and then I think you could dispose and discard of them for Schmid.
And then last up, Ukko-Pekka Lehkonen, UPL of Sabres. He is currently on a conditioning stint with the Rochester Americans. He started with them tonight. So yeah, it was weird. I thought they'd start lying again tonight, but they did not. I forget it was Colton Ellis or something. I forget his name. Yeah, some complete not Devin Levi, not just someone that we've never heard of. And then, I didn't have time to throw this in my notes here. It does look like Brock Besser is currently en route to Nashville for their game Thursday. He took a leave of absence there, but looks like he will be back for you tomorrow, which is great because Vancouver, not a lot of scoring options there, man. Right now, it's gross.
Wait, Alan, who the heck is Colton Ellis?
Yeah, right. Like, why no Devin Levi? Why not? I mean, although that's kind of drinking what's under the sink to call it.
He's the goalie 5. He's the goalie 5, though.
Yeah,
so
I don't know.
That's
just
my God.
Weird. I don't know. I feel like there were other people they could have played that were closer to NHL ready, but that's what they went with, and they won tonight. They just beat the Red Wings 4-2.
Craziness. And the Wings, right? Of all the teams, too.
Yeah,
that team is
one of the hottest
hot.
teams in the league right now. But yeah, with that, going on to the weekend preview. So best schedules here: Thursday, Friday, Sunday. You got 2 of them. You got San Jose and Winnipeg. And then actually, let me talk about some of these guys first. San Jose, just go check on Tyler Toffoli, 47%. He shoots a lot. Line 1 power play. He is back up on line 1 and has power play 1. Dmitry Orlov, probably the only other guy I'm interested in, 16%. With John Klingberg out, he is getting power play 1, and he's a pretty good source of hits and shots. Anyone you can think of, Jay, from San Jose? I mean, didn't Mario Ferraro retire?
Yeah.
Like the old reliable. Like I don't think we can go to him anymore.
I mean, I'll still scroll down just to double check, but yeah, out of habit. But yeah, it's the other guys I'm looking to. So Skinner on power play 2. I mean, I think it really depends if you can get him to. I don't know.
So
He's shooting
really
a ton.
recommend Jeff Skinner, man. That's
Maybe we can't do our listeners dirty like that.
I mean, even
What about
when he
Will?
was playing with McDavid, he was mostly useless.
What about Will Smith, center right wing?
There we go.
R1 power play 1.
My only concern there is he's still young in his career, so like he could get benched or something crazy.
Yeah.
And you never.
Wait, hold on. Can we pop with Armin's comment about trade Malkin for Will Smith? Standard Cats.
I mean, they're both going to tank your plus minus. Let's be real. Although I think the Penguins are off to a sneaky good start too.
Alan, is this crazy, or do I think that, like, I I think San Jose's got a higher setup in the sense that as the season wears on, like, vets have lots of lingering injuries. You know what I mean? Like they've had a summer, they can start out strong. I generally don't think of veterans getting over the course of a season, like, ramping up almost on an extreme. And I want to say prospects or younger players, I guess, like sophomores and whatnot, they kind of generally trend the opposite direction, right? Where they start the games jittery, the season's kind of like flimsy, and then they get into their stride, and by the end of it, like everyone's forgotten about them, or someone has like already picked him up a long time ago, and they're no longer waiver wire available. Jeez, I probably
Will
would
Smith has
trade.
right wing. I thought for some reason Will Smith was center only.
Right.
So they both have
probably
a
would
slight
do that
wing
trade.
eligibly. Which one would you want?
I would lean Will Smith, but I would say the goal is these guys, no matter what, ideally in your roster are, your cuttable players. You know what I mean? Depends how deep your roster is, right? But let's say 10 or 12 teamer. I think if you grab Malkin, he's probably going to help you out early on with, maybe like a week 2, week 4, week 6 win. It definitely could be the difference maker, but rolling into like week 13 or 12, I think he's more likely to be on your IR. And Will Smith, if anything, is more likely to be the guy ramping up, like, man, I'm getting confidence gaining. I think you want to be on the Will Smith upside.
Yeah. I think you're right. I think, especially if you're in any kind of long-term keeper dynasty, Will Smith, you can move Malcolm for him. Yeah.
For sure.
So yeah, San Jose moving on to Winnipeg. I don't know. They're not really high upside points guys. Jay, I don't know. There's Niederreiter. I've seen Iafallo out there. I think he's try eligible now. But I feel like this is really a team that you get a lot more peripherals out of. Guys like Logan Stanley, Dylan DeMello, Luke Shen for hits.
I don't want to be disrespectful to any Jets fans, but sometimes I look at this roster and I'm like, how the hell are they second in the league? Like, it just kind of scratches my head a little bit. Is Helly doing Helly things again? Is Helly doing Helly things? Oh my God. Okay.
I mean, is there anyone you're...
Scheifele, though. What a start for Mark Scheifele.
Was he like one of the top 3 goal scorers in the league right now?
7 goals, 6 games. Hilariously 99% owned, so 1% of all leagues don't own him.
I was about to say, hopefully he was one of those guys you got like as like a I'm hitting snooze on centers for a little bit. Okay, all right, now I'm getting Scheifele. And then Thursday, Saturday, Sunday, we got a lot of teams to choose from here. Colorado, Dallas, Edmonton, LA, Nashville, Tampa, Utah, Vegas. I don't know. I just Colorado. I feel like it's our usual suspects there. And well, speaking of Colorado, let's grab one of Armin's questions here. Someone just dropped Nichushkin in a deep league. Does he drop Rust or Monahan? Standard cats with hits and plus minus.
I just want to shout out how awesome it is that after week 2, it's like I'm making playoffs. Like that's the sort of bravado and confidence.
It's Yahoo where like everyone quit because of the difficulty of now setting your roster for the week.
We are going to complain about that though, Alan, because my goodness, that is a non-user friendly decision. There's no defending it.
It so is. But man, I hate to say just drop Russ because I feel like Monahan being center only that kind of hurts you. But just as far as versatility, but I don't know. I feel like the Pens, everything's gonna catch up with them, and Rust could tank your plus minus.
I mean, he's probably banking on the. Sorry, Alan. Yeah.
No, I was going to say Monahan's just that lock, but Monahan's definitely lock for line 1, power play 1. Probably not going anywhere. Rust, I mean, does he finish the season with the Pens? If he gets traded, what's his new role? True. Will he still be line 1 to power play 1? Yeah, I'm actually not sure if dropping either of those could be the right move.
No, I am absolutely with you, Alan, because I'm more thinking when you think of Al, like you need this man to get some injuries ahead on the guys that are bumping him down before he can reasonably be providing higher quality value in the way. And I don't know, too, Alan. Like I'm so guilty of this where like I draft and I pick and I like, waitlist waiver wire players based on, like what they've done for me in the past. And I'm like, yes, Nishushkin for any manager that's played before. He's incredible.
Yeah, but
Holy
I mean,
smokes, incredible.
But for straight, but yeah. So I would say, I'd say hold pat, honestly, if those are who you're going to drop. So but streaming this weekend, Colorado is pretty owned up. I don't even know if there's anyone you can just kind of go check on. Maybe Landeskog.
Even Val, who we talked about, is 85%.
Yeah, it's just it's a tough team to stream from. Maybe Brock Nelson's out there, but Dallas, I would say also kind of tough to stream from. I mean, Wyatt Johnston's out there. I'd say if you need periffs, I think Essel and Dell typically a good source of like hits and blocks. And Liam Michelle,
Sagan? Is he back? Tyler Sagan? Oh no, sorry. That was Jordan.
I think
Jordan
he's
Ben.
out
Jordan
right
Ben.
now. Yeah. I
Jamie
think Ben
Ben,
and Sagan are both out right now.
Jamie Ben, yeah.
But no, I
Sagan.
think a lot of
did he
people
come
like
back tonight? Did he come back tonight?
No, I think he's still out.
I want to say Sagan's back. Sagan scored a goal last night. That's why.
Oh, well, then he was back. Yes, I was sadly mistaken.
So, no. I'm just more saying like he's not done anything aside from that one goal. Basically, like he's
got 4 points so far in the season,
averaging like 2 shots a game. Actually, that's not the worst.
I know that's not great. Yeah, 31% owned. He's out there.
Yeah, maybe. Essel and Dell is probably the deepest cut you're gonna have to go, though, to be honest.
Again, Liam Bichelle, I think he's known for banging it up.
Yep.
So Edmondson,
good shot.
I don't know. They've changed McDavid's line mates again. It looks like Mangiapane's offline one. I mean, you got Isaac Howard just scored his first NHL goal. And I hope he misses the net from here to eternity. I don't know. Really, for me, it's just go check on the guys like Wallman and Ekholm. I mean, Ekholm's good for, I don't know. He's a typical 40, 44 point defenseman without power play one.
Tomasic, however you pronounce him, maybe.
I think
power play one.
Probably still power play one. Very, very lonely owned.
Still not doing anything with it though, from the looks of it. Like he's not even getting the assists.
No, but they got troubles, man. I don't know if scoring is really one of them. LA.
Wait, hold on. They've lost 4 of their 7 games. This is interesting. Okay.
Hey, but McDavid scored his first goal this season.
True.
Good on him.
What was Stanford?
Connor McMichael, best Connor in the league. Yeah, LA. Really, the only guy there for me, Kuzmenko, as pure points play.
Oh, give me a second, Alan. I feel like there's always got to be. Oh, Fiala. Oh no, Fiala is so owned up. Jeez.
Oh no, you're not getting Fiala.
Oh, what about Brant Clark? Or is that Pyrite?
Is he?
Oh no, maybe.
Does it give you a 60%? Because I think they're still doing that 5-forward power play.
Yeah, they are. Which means he's also disgustingly on the power play 2 alongside True Doughty, which is almost like the full purgatory setup where it's like instead of aspiring to replace him, the man you aspire to replace just joins you. And man.
And it sounds like Kopitar won't be out too much longer, so I don't think it's worth.
I thought it was a week to week. No, was it not a week to week setup still? I think.
I don't think so. Because they put Copley on waivers, which seemed to indicate that they were making some kind of roster move.
We're willing to waive another person, yeah. Which I guess actually, Alan, does open up one person. Which is that not Alex Laferriere season?
TJ talked about this Sunday a little bit, but it seems like Byfield's been kind of the bigger beneficiary. But I would say, if Alex Laferriere is out there, he's definitely worth a look.
8%. I mean, I'm just gonna go check a little bit, Alan, for like next week and like our weekends and stuff. But like,
Right. Oh my
I
gosh.
don't.
Next week's streaming schedule is a
Oh,
mess.
it's horrific.
Spoiler
Never
alert.
mind. No, save your ad for LaFerriere for next week. Holy shit. Never mind. Okay.
Next up, Nashville. The only guy that really popped out to me, Ryan O'Reilly, 13%. I mean, center only. Be tough to get him in on the Saturday, but I mean, lock for line one, power play one, especially because they just sent Brady Martin back down to the minors. He was really the only competition for that 1C.
Our Super Baggers League even has Michael McCarron. Is that his name? I don't know. McCarron?
Oh, okay, that guy.
Michael
Yeah.
McCarron.
McCarron, yeah.
He just does all those other peripheral things that, like, in the dirty grind works, I guess, and our league rewards it. So I guess he's up there as well. 1%. So Super Bangers keep Michael McCarron.
And then Tampa, I would say a bangs play, Eric Chernak. Good for hits, blocks, pims. And then right now they've kind of shuffled their top 6 up some. Right now they have Gage Consalvis, which weird. It looks like Gone Calves or Gone Calves, but it's all pronounced closer to Gonzalez. He is line one right now with Gensel and Point. But power play one, they just did. Now that Kucherov's back, power play one, Oliver Bjorkstrand is back on power play one. Sorry, Hagel owners. And then Utah, we got Brandon Tanev for hits, the Ghost Hunter. Man, it's I think because of the schedule this week, that maybe even last week, like this team's pretty highly owned up. Barrett Hayton's probably the only points play. I don't know if you saw anyone else out there, Jay.
But Alan, aren't they also like pretty good? Like I'm looking at this, like the standings and whatnot, and I was like so surprised. Like this team is freak.
Well, I
like,
think we kind of thought in the preseason that they could definitely be a bubble team this year.
It's the weird one where it's like in the off season, like everyone lives in the beautiful paradise of hope. So like looking at it, it was like, oh yeah, this team could definitely do it. But I don't know if I'm like, oh yeah, I totally saw this coming when I was seeing the Utah Mammoth ahead of teams like Edmonton, Minnesota, Dallas, LA in the standings. Like what is happening here?
I don't know. I think they as well, especially if their defense can stay healthy. I mean, they know they have a pretty good 1A in Veggie Boy.
I would say one thing further, Alan, which is crazy, which is I remember like confidently saying in I guess the preseason that if this team was going to do whatever, it's got to be Logan Cooley popping off. And there I am looking, and I'm like, Logan Cooley is not popped off.
I was told like a 70-point season for him this season, and I'm waiting.
Right.
I'm getting impatient.
But I was going to follow up and say the craziness isn't it the fact that Logan Cooley isn't doing crazy well right now, and the team is still so hype? A huge indicator probably that this team still has upside to climb, because Lord knows Nick Schmaltz, Dylan Gunther, I guess, is one of the guys that stepped up in a way that maybe it wasn't expected previously. But if Gunther, Schmaltz, and Keller basically just continue producing at a similar, if not slightly reduced pace, and Logan Cooley ramps up, this team could definitely still stay in playoff position. Oh
yeah. And now my slide says Vegas, but it's actually Vancouver. That is Thursday, Saturday, Sunday. So for Vancouver, Evander Kane, 32% owned, shockingly. Kind of a lock for a lot of ice time. Does it all. Connor Garland, 27%. Well, I actually wonder if this changes with Brock Besser back. But while Besser has been out, Connor Garland has been line one with Pedersen, who is the only NHL center on that team right now. Tyler Myers, bangs play with that occasional 5-point outburst. I think he's actually had like 2 or 3 assists lately. Anyone you're seeing in Vancouver, Jay?
Alan, why are all these guys so owned up? I think we just have tons of Canucks fans playing fantasy, man. My goodness. Connor Garland, I think, is the huge value. Aside from Connor Garland, Philip Hronik Like with what he's doing right now,
Hmm.
4 assists. I don't know if like 37% specifically with the schedule. Like, okay, maybe. Sorry, Alan, I walked that back a bit. This week's schedule with a 4-weeker, back-to-backs on the weekend. Like maybe some of these are stream owns, right? But based on what
Long-term
production
streams.
is, yeah, like interim streams. Like, but based on production at the moment, I don't know if necessarily the ownership justifies. Sorry, I don't know if the production on ice justifies the current level of ownership for this team. I kind of think this year might be another one of another edition of, if you can get Kiefer Sherwood for bang daddy stats, grab him. And if you don't have that sort of value, like, hope
He's
to
got a couple
God,
goals.
Petey, he does. Holy shit. 4
Yeah.
goals, 4, no assists, but yeah, 4 goals. And like, holy shit, aside from Quinn Hughes and Petey, and you're praying to fucking God that both of them, come trumps. Like, it's basically Kiefer Sherwood season, or everyone else is kind of like, pick up as they go.
Yeah. And then Friday, Sunday, I had TJ hit on these. I feel like most of these on Sunday. Calgary, I mean, yeah, Huberto, Scoronado. Actually,
but
Joel
Alan,
Farabee, if you need some bangs. I'd say is
so
another
much
one.
value in Calgary, though. Oh my God. Like, you mentioned Blake Holman already, but like, dude, we have to shout out this one guy. I picked him up as well. But like, Ryan Lomberg, man. Holy smokes. He's
What's
averaging
he done
5
tonight,
hits.
man? Though, like
he's
I
done
picked him up
jack.
for the hits, and he's done jack all. So yeah, apparently I should
He's
have
done
picked up Joel
exactly.
Farabee.
He's done exactly 2 hits, which is 3 off Allen from continuing his 5-hit average.
I mean, he's got
I guess
10 minutes. He's got 10, 11 minutes to do it. So let's.
he's got
step
10
it up,
minutes to do
Ryan.
3 hits.
Step it
It's
up.
tied. Maybe we got extra. Oh no, he's not going to get a minute of ice time in the overtime frame if it gets there, isn't he,
Probably
Alan?
not,
He's
no.
not going to get a minute of ice time. Yeah, no. He's got half of the third to get 3 hits, and aside
Step
from
it
that,
up,
it's pretty
Ryan.
slim pickings. Pretty slim
And then
pickings.
Jersey, actually Stefan Nason came back today, but it doesn't look like they're giving him top unit, at least for right now. So there's someone to keep an eye on, but I mean, I don't know. Most of those guys are, I think TJ brought it up. Most of those guys are like the guys who should be owned are definitely owned, and then it's just
Dawson Mercer, maybe.
chasm. Yeah,
Dawson
you know what?
Mercer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably the only
Did you want to
really
segue
guy.
into Armin's talk about Timo?
Yeah, you know what?
specifically
Yes.
while we're on the Devils.
Armin
Yeah.
is wondering trade Timo for Ehlers for Fiala. Standard cats with hits.
Alan, I swear we saw this Timo trade like question before, but I swear it wasn't Ehlers. Like, wasn't it a guy that was way higher?
Maybe Fiala. That's what we're thinking. I don't know. I don't know if I, especially if you have hits. Well,
It is
what's
blanking
Timo
on-
been-
Yeah, I'm blanking on the other one, but I'm like, yeah, just if you're thinking about Timo in general, let's see, 3-3, well, point per game, hell yeah, 3 hits, 3 shots. I don't know. Like, you have to understand too that like right now we're talking with like the Devils on a crazy 6-game winning streak, right? So this is with them, and geez, Alan. Not only are they on a 6-game winning streak, they've scored 3+ goals in every one of those games. Actually, they've scored 3 goals in at least
And
3
then
goals in every one of their games. So
the
far.
Metro is pretty soft this year. I almost think it might be worth hanging on a Timo. The Devils will probably beat up on the Metro division
For sure.
this year.
For sure. But I was also going on the angle of like the scoring is so stupidly balanced on this team. Like you scroll all the way down, Cody Glass got 2 goals. Like, like this dude is getting 12 minutes a night, right? Cody Glass. So if you're looking at actual scoring across the board for this team, like it's very balanced. Jack is doing his part to shoot a shit ton, right? 26 shots across 6 games. But aside from that, it's not like anyone else there is like pounding the rock. It's basically Jack. Actually,
And so far,
Timo.
Timo's been getting pretty good ice time. I mean, not a ton of power play 1, which is what you want, but oh my gosh, not Berube. The guy from Toronto.
You know what? While the Devils are clear atop the Metro. We shouldn't like actively tell our listeners to trade away.
No,
yeah.
right now I wouldn't. I mean, you'd be selling high, but you'd be. I don't know if.
Yeah.
I
Like,
feel like you
there's-
could buy lower than Timo
Agreed.
for Ehlers.
Agreed.
And Fiala,
And definitely for Fiala or Ehlers, you know what I mean? Like, if you were talking about high Timo value, I feel like Timo at his peak, talking Sharks Timo, obviously, but Ehlers and Fiala, you wouldn't even consider, right? You just hold on to Timo. So, I mean, if you see that same angle, he's getting the deployment and getting the hits and getting the shots, just let it ride.
Yeah. Goalie streams here. So a lot of Saturday, Sunday back-to-backs here. So Friday, Saturday, Buffalo and Toronto play each other, kind of like a home and away thing. Like they're at Buffalo one night, at Toronto the next night. They play each other. I don't know if I'm taking either goalie there. I don't know, man. Buffalo's playing with a little bit of swagger right now. I don't even know if because Wall is out right now. So who's our third string goalie in Toronto even?
Caden Primo? Am I seeing that right?
Oh, Primo.
Holy
Okay, yeah. From Montreal.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if I chance that.
I don't know either.
I don't know.
The game they won, the game he won was the 7-4 shellacking. He's gonna get the start, Alan. You're right. He's gonna get the start.
And Toronto's been having a little trouble scoring with their top six lately. Columbus, I don't know. Versus Washington at Pittsburgh.
Oh, wait, Alan, we have to tell the listeners to get the other guy instead, right? Like, yeah, Columbus. Just grab whomever is there. Grab both of them if you're really, really, believing in the tandem.
I don't know about the Washington game. Maybe the Pittsburgh game, but that's the Saturday game.
Right.
But even then, I don't know. Pittsburgh's been sneaky good to start the season. And then Washington, you got at Columbus versus Ottawa. I don't know if there's any standouts in these Friday Saturday back to back.
I mean, Lindgren versus Ottawa is definitely winnable. No,
it is. Yeah, I don't know how good I feel about it. I don't know if I'd call it the best, especially if that's a Saturday. You're trying to fit him in on a Saturday. I'd rather stick to one of my studs.
Agreed.
But Saturday, Sunday, you got Colorado at Boston, at Jersey. Dallas is versus Carolina, at Nashville, Edmonton at Seattle, at Vancouver on the road there, LA at Nashville, at Chicago, Nashville versus LA, homestand versus LA versus Dallas, Tampa, homestand, Anaheim, Vegas, Utah on the road, at Minnesota, at Winnipeg, Vancouver versus Montreal versus Edmonton, back-to-back at home, and then Vegas on the road against both Florida teams. I like Casey DeSmith versus Nashville, maybe.
Sorry, Casey DeSmith versus
Dallas?
Nashville?
Dallas. Casey DeSmith versus Nashville. I like that. I don't know if it's the best.
I was thinking the first name popping out in my mind was Wallstead against San Jose, but Minnie's kind of struggled on their side too. It's not like Minnie's been like winning and routing games either. But at 5% Wallstead, you'd imagine against San Jose would have a decent shot. No, at home especially.
I don't see Minnesota. Well, Minnesota's playing Utah. That's like the only thing I see here. I think you misread. Yeah, I don't see Nashville or not Nashville. Minnesota on a back-to-back here. Unless I missed it in the calendar.
Oh, sorry. No, I was just reading. Give me a second. I'm just gonna roll through. Yeah, Minnesota. We're talking. Yeah, the 26th, right?
Oh, they do have a Saturday, Sunday. Wow, I missed them.
Minnesota, because they play. It must be the Western. I guess the West. Actually, no. There's no rivalry.
Yes. Minnesota is actually home and home against Utah and the Sharks. Yeah, I like. Oh, yeah. Honestly, I think that's head and shoulders above a lot of teams. I like Wallstead.
That's a juicy one. Yeah, that's a juicy one. Oh my goodness, that's not the worst team in the league. Somehow Calgary is worse.
Somehow.
Oh my god.
And then there was Calgary.
Is anyone facing Calgary? No one's facing Calgary because Calgary already plays. Okay.
They would play Sunday. I mean, yeah, they're
Oh, they would play Sunday. Yeah, they would.
yeah, they're at home against the Rangers. It's not a back-to-back though.
Yeah, Wolf is
So
probably
maybe we
going to
see
start
Jonathan
both of them.
Quick against Calgary there.
They're probably just going to throw Wolf in, honestly, and give him as many reps. Like, that guy is seeing rubber.
That's true, yeah.
Holy smokes.
It's crazy because he keeps them in pretty much every game. It's insane. Yeah, I like the Wallstead. I don't know if I'm running out to grab Pickard. Tampa, I know, no JoJo. Nashville, I don't like Annanen against either of those teams.
Yeah.
Utah, Vanacek, kind of like that. No. Yeah, I mean, well, Vancouver, Lankinen would face someone.
Possibly.
We know
the other one is like
a solid chance. It's just be the goal support.
The other one is like Anton Forsberg against Chicago. Definitely seems like a winnable matchup as well. But I don't know. I think Wallstead jumps out.
Is Kemper back though? I think Kemper is still out.
Yeah. No. Kemper's in.
Okay, Kemper's back. Yeah, then I like Forsberg against Chicago. Yeah, there we go. I'd say Forsberg and Wallstead are the two nice streams there.
Jeez, but honestly, Anton Forsberg might be like a huge value play too. Darcy Kemper, 35 years old, groins of string, like definitely a chance at, it's getting way more sneaky value for Anton Forsberg than just the 1 week stream,
Yeah. Moving on next week prep here. Oh man. So best schedules, Columbus, Detroit, and the New York Islanders have 4 games, 2 off nights. And then a lot of teams, 4 games, 1 off night. Boston, Calgary, New Jersey, Ottawa, Philly, Pittsburgh, San Jose, and St. Louis. So worse schedules. There are 2 teams, 0 off night, 3 teams, 2 games, no off nights. Florida, Montreal, and Seattle. And then honorable mention to Utah. So they have 2 games. One of them is an off night, but their 2 games are Tuesday and Sunday. So I don't know, man. Maybe after Tuesday, this is where, or if you can't fit them in on Tuesday, maybe this is where you jettison the guys like Nick Schmaltz until next time.
I was thinking about this one, Alan. So, okay. I think the best play for all listeners is because of the angle and the way the schedule is laid out, you can still stream this week, but what you have to be able to do is leverage week 2 current ads and parlay them into week 3. So basically, if you're like, this week is punted, or if this week is so hard won, like take a stab. You don't get extra. This is what they call asymmetric risk, I guess, right? So if you're going to lose this week anyway, you might as well plan for next week. But even if you are already winning this week, like you don't get more points in a weekly head-to-head for winning this week by 4 or by 40. So if you can play it tight to the chest, and you have a guy playing on Sunday, but you're like, I think we got enough tank, juice in the tank. And like you can squeak out an extra ad for next week, and then you still eke out the win this week. High risk, high reward. But what you could do is if you leverage a Boston, Ottawa, Pittsburgh, or St. Louis person, right? You get them for that first doubled up back-to-back, and you can flip them immediately with your additional ads next week for any of the off nights. So like Wednesday's a perfect one because Wednesday's only got Columbus and Toronto, right? So you're like, you can leverage that Boston or Sens player right into a Columbus player, right? Or a Leafs player. So yeah. I think it's playable, but you have to really, really, I guess, like check ahead and like check your own roster and work it out from there.
Yeah, and there we go. And then before we get to the main mailbag question I wanted to get to, a couple questions from Armin here. Drop one of Clark, Perrick, Zegras, Donato, or Svetch. Standard cats with hits, plus minus and blocks. Svetch.
It is horrific, Alan. What is going on?
Something's up with him. Yeah, I saw that too, Circular. He was Jason Zucker was one of my like Buffalo pickups for the week.
Yeah,
so
brutal. Brutal.
Dude,
did he do something that like nothing illegal, obviously, but did he do anything that like pissed off Brindamore? You know what I mean? Like, holy smokes.
Dude,
is crazy.
you know what? I've kind of heard that it sounds like he is also kind of recovering from some kind of major surgery or
Right.
something. I could be very wrong there, but yeah, dude, I feel like right now, if you dropped Svetch, no one should pick him up.
No,
I also feel like
I
you
would
could
definitely
drop-
say too. Like Alan Svechnikov was drafted. I want to say like in all leagues, right? I want to say he was
most, yeah,
drafted in all leagues. Yeah,
not someone I would
so
have drafted, but yeah, I would say most
his
people drafted
ownership
him.
percentage is at 55 right now, which indicates the scale. Like, imagine a fully drafted player and now at 55 ownership in week 2.
Yeah, I would say that's
Holy smokes.
50% too high.
Yeah, I would
Yeah.
agree. I would
Yeah,
agree.
unless something changes there, yeah, Svetch is the drop, and I feel like it's a no-brainer.
He is getting power play 2. That's the only saving
Yeah,
grace.
there we go.
So he
Not
is getting power
even,
play
yeah,
2.
so not even power play 1 anymore. He's not playing
No,
Tahoe.
you're right. You're right.
It's Svetch. And then trade Decord for Wolf if league rewards volume. If you're getting Wolf, yeah,
Ooh,
I would say
probably,
so.
yes.
Wolf's gonna see just rubber. And they really don't have any good backup options, at least not right now.
Trade Decord indicates that he has Decord, right? So he's got.
I'm
Decord.
assuming that's what that means. Is like he's trading Decord for Wolf, and
so Decord right now is what he's operating. I don't know. In our league, he's 25th, and where the hell is the other guy?
Yeah, if it's volume, oh yeah, it's Wolf's.
It kind of looks like on sheer volume. I don't know if he's got him though. Still, because let's be real too. Seattle isn't exactly like a stalwart station either. So like right now it's what 121, 142 in terms of saves, but Wolf has 1 win, the very first one of the season,
right?
And Joey's got 3 already. So I don't know.
So you're saying you think it's pretty even? That like, I mean, if it pure volume,
Wolf
I feel like Wolf's the play, but I feel like Decord's going to get you more wins. And when
Wolf is not going to win,
sample size
enough.
could widen,
could even back out. Yes, for sure. It could go either way. It could even out, or it could completely drastically dwarf. Alan, what is wrong with Calgary? Like, if we're looking at Calgary, what is wrong with that team? Like, I don't actually see a particular issue.
Their 1C is friggin' Kadri. Like, they need, they really kind of need to just not burn it down to the studs and rebuild, but like they really don't have the tools in like a strong conference. I think to make playoffs right now.
I think I know the issue. Actually,
they just get eaten alive.
Their 1C is a really good 2C, but their actual dude that should have been the 1C is playing on the left wing of the
Jackets.
Well, no, what? That too. I was saying Huberto, but yeah, that's true too. Yeah. He's playing for the Jackets, so that's so funny.
But yeah, moving on to this, I thought it was a really great mailbag question, but it was like there was no way we were going to fit it in with the others.
Right.
So Circular says his hot take he would like our opinions on. No one should be streaming in the first 2, maybe even 3 weeks of the season. Point of streaming is to maximize games played. And in the absolute best case scenario, you find a hidden gem who stays on your roster for the rest of the season. In these first couple weeks, there are a lot more of those gems out there that any time of the season. These are the weeks where you take just your big swings. And he's already picked up Schaefer and Snuggerud. Snuggerud already not aged super well. No clue what their schedules are like, but he doesn't care because they have the potential to be season-long holds. Schaefer by draft pedigree, Snuggerud by deployment. If they don't work out, all he's missed out on is some extra games played by fringe guys. But if he hangs on to them, they could change the season. And that's where I'm like, yeah, I absolutely agree. But I know, Jay, you have much stronger feelings about just like the schedule above all.
It's too league dependent, truthfully speaking, because I play in leagues, for example, like Alan, like Lord knows that once you get into fantasy hockey, there is no end to the amount of leagues one can join, right? And so the strategy must abide by the league, right? Oh, he said he dropped Snuggerud today. Schaefer looks like
I was
a
gonna say
rare
that
today.
in the week it took us to get here, like that's already the Snuggerud take already kind of aged poorly, but it was
Right.
that's the point is he took a big swing and wasn't like, well, there's no way I'm gonna roster Snuggerud because well the Blues don't have a great schedule, so I need
For
to
sure.
I need to pick up someone who has a better schedule.
So I would say that's a fantastic example too, where like, look, 50% of those long-term holds ended up coming true so far as of week 2, right? Like I think the point of the matter too is that at the end of the day, if you can end up with only blue chip players on your team, no risks, no injuries, no anythings, then yes, I think the idea of a season-long hold is completely true. I think the issue it runs into though is injuries do happen, players do slump, and furthermore, we play in a week-to-week fantasy, which means that in essence, it doesn't matter even if their swings are all across the board. And at the end of the day, you ended up with a guy that got like 100 extra points or however many points. Like maybe it doesn't, when I say 100, it's weird because the scoring will change for everyone. But let's say you get 10% extra pointage overall by holding that one guy. What did he do for you in the week that mattered? That matters way more because there's a guy, I don't even remember some of these Oilers players that just got stuck on McDavid's line. They score like a hat trick this one damn week. It loses me the week. They don't even play.
Probably James Neal that one time
James Neal,
years ago.
Right. But it's like those define fantasy head-to-head weeks. And the thing is, you can't get those guys if you don't have them playing on your roster, if you don't have a scheduled target for that week. The difference between a playoff team and a top seed is probably 2 or 3 game weeks.
Yeah.
That's it. So truthfully speaking, if you're holding, now, again, I'm going to say some leagues have like 2 ads, right? They have like 2 ads, I swear, like a month. You know what I mean? Like it's like, you're really stuck with who we got. Sure, you need the season-long hold. If you have 3 or 4 ads per week, they're wasted. They don't come back to you. You don't like save them up like, Roth IRA like space. You know what I mean? Like they don't come back to you. So they're kind of just what you make of it when they are there. And so what would you do if you had a guy that's kind of like, oh, he's a season-long hold, he needs that 2 games that week? Or you got some other guy that, he's getting pretty decent deployment, maybe similar, maybe a little worse, but he's playing 4 games on offense.
And that's, yeah. So like sometimes the schedule doesn't always lead to your benefit. Like this week, I'm getting pushed in.
The important part is you need to determine in your own league a cutoff. And what I mean is like, look at your own team in terms of saying like, if it's a 10-teamer, I want to say maybe, let's say 140th or like 100th or something. Underneath that cutoff, everyone down there is a grass-cutting mow lawn. You can gut them, and there will be another person popping right out like a ghoul that you can slot back up. And it's not going to like completely tank or change your season. That's the big one.
But yeah, no. So he's saying his point here is I'm willing to lose early weeks, which is, I mean, that's kind of what we say. The first week is always just kind of a mulligan. Like, don't put too much stock in it. If you win it, great. If you don't,
I will say
one
this
week. So he's saying, yeah, I'm willing to lose early weeks by grabbing 2 games of Schaefer for a week, or longer term instead of 4 games of someone like Brett Pesci.
I'm just gonna pull up like old.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna pull up old
100%.
leagues. You know what I mean? Like I'm gonna pull up old leagues. So let's see here. So,
and I would say there's also something too, and I don't think I really did this year, but I do like the strategy of if you can fit it in the late ends of your draft, like using that as your quote streamer spot or someone that is expendable. So then yes, you can pick up someone like a Schaefer or a maybe not pick up a Snuggerud. That's someone you probably draft that has like that high upside that maybe that's who you can part with. For someone like, know what, this guy might be a season hold. I need to move.
Right. The one I would say more than anything is yes, indeed. Actually, the hockey season is more forgiving. For example, for you to give up, like Circle, I just mentioned your point about if I'm willing to lose early weeks, right? Depends how many early weeks too, because for example, our league,
2 to 3. We'll say 3 at most.
Let's say 3 at most, yeah. Because our league, for example, in the leagues we play with reseeding, which indicates that your regular season performance has an impact in the playoffs afterwards, right? So you will get reseeded to an easier opposition. You will get the tiebreaker with what you do. Now, some leagues don't do that. If your league does not reseed, if your league has like everyone making the playoffs anyway, then your seeding doesn't matter, really, right? You should basically just add everyone that plays heavily in playoff games, right? Playoff weeks. But even then, like getting used to picking up on the schedule is not a problem in the sense that you are still going to target the games played week to week. Everything is played on a Monday through Sunday basis. And I would say too, even let's say you gave up 3 weeks, your gauntlet switches from, let's say, if you won those 3 weeks, that could be the difference between you being 6th or you being 2nd. And if you're 2nd, you're rolling through, a way easier schedule.
You might get that bye.
You might get that bye as well. Whereas having to win 3 weeks is just, it's not impossible. Like it isn't, right? But you just introduce so much more, I guess, complexity to an otherwise setup that it depends how much they turn out can come out trumps too, right? Like Schaefer, how high do we think Schaefer's going to come, right? Like Schaefer probably outperformed his draft. I want to say maybe, let's say 80 spots. Like if I'm being really generous, I don't think Schaefer's going to be like a top 30 producer. You know what I mean?
Man, I think the verdict's still out on that. I mean, I think he's in Schaefer. We have, and that's the thing, is he's a rookie, so who knows? After 8 games, they could send him to the minors and never see him again.
Like,
which opens up a streamer spot for you, or he plays all season and he's like a 50, 60 point of he's like Dobson his breakout year. We don't know. But yeah, I would say I agree with Circular some that there is some that it's not the worst idea that it's like, you know what, I think I have a gem here, like just because I got him very cheaply or
I think the main one is more right.
Treat it like a streamer spot and just whatever wins me the week, just based solely on schedule.
I guess the other one to play or angle forward is if you think of your roster as having a streamer spot or 2 streamer spots, it just makes it so much easier. So like a name like Schaefer wouldn't even pop up in terms of a guy to drop, you know what I mean? Because Schaefer is already locked in early into this is a guy I'm holding. Right. But let's look at I'm just going to look at some of the players then, right? Like let's say we have, I'm trying to find an example player where it's like, okay, like I definitely would drop him. Like obviously you're not going to drop anyone inside the top. I think top 80 for sure. Top 100 probably still. You shouldn't be dropping anyone there. Okay, but let's roll to a couple of guys now. Like let's say we're in the 125th zone, right? What about a Brandon Tanev? I think he's definitely consideration for dropping.
What's his ADP for real? It's got to be a lot. It's got to be a lot of bangers leagues, man, because he really doesn't.
For sure. Like he's got to be in the bangers, right? But like if you're going lower still, like what about a guy like Nino Niederreiter? What about a guy like Ryan Leonard? Like some of these guys, obviously we play in Allen. It's such a heavy bangers focused league, but when you list off and rattle some of these names that are popping up in that vicinity, I would be shocked if your lineup completely collapsed inwardly, because you dropped one of those guys. You can drop one of those guys and keep your Schaefers. It's not an either or. Just, it's not an either or.
I would say no matter where you are in the season, that's definitely something you should keep an eye on is what are my streamer spots? Like, obviously you're not going to say like, yeah, man, fucking Kucherov is my stream. No, Kucherov is not your streamer spot unless you're in like a 3-man league or something. Yeah, there's always value in knowing your streamer spots so that, when you see someone like a Schaefer on the wire or whether it's someone like a Schaefer where you think you can hold, there's long-term value there, or a streamer spot, there's value in knowing who those guys are on your roster at all times.
The less and further you go away,
I think you're not completely sunk if you lose 1 or 2
like
weeks.
The further you go away from a dynasty league, the less a season-long hold holds relevance. Because truthfully, you will have a week where Anders Lee scores more than McDavid, right? Like, it's just because of variance.
I would say,
and
yeah, in the
hockey
last
and
couple weeks,
schedule.
that could be true. I don't know. I haven't seen how many goals Anders Lee's scored.
Oh, Bo Horvat. Oh, my God, Alan. I'm not
Yeah,
living
freaking
that
Bo
one down.
Horvat, man. More goals than McDavid. Drop McDavid,
What-
pick up Bo Horvat.
What did he
Don't
need
do
to
that.
score a hat trick facing the McDavid team, too? God damn
Yeah.
it. Oh, my goodness.
Asserting dominance.
Asserting dominance, indeed. But that's what we mean to say, right? More than anything, it's recircular. The hot take is, in terms of streaming in week 1, I think if you don't stream in week 1, that could totally work for you and you could hold some guys. But I would say most likely, if you aren't streaming in a week, you should expect, and your opponent is. That's what it is, right? Like, if your opponent is streaming well and you are not streaming at all, you have a chance of winning, but I would say you should expect to lose that week, right? Because oftentimes when you outplay your opponent, your roster literally outplays by volume your opponent as well. So, like,
Yeah, I would say it's probably a good spot to go ahead and wrap it. We're about an hour, Jay. Yeah, no,
absolutely.
this is good talk. Like, I loved this this question. I just wanted to give it like its own sort of space to breathe.
yeah, let's wrap it.
Yeah, let's wrap it. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. Again, wherever you find us, make sure to like, follow, subscribe, leave us some sterling reviews. We'll be back this Saturday for Sit Start Saturday, and then sometime shortly after that, next day or two, TJ should have the script for week 4. NHL sent it to us overnight. Good night and good mental health, everyone.
We'll pick you up later. See you Saturday.
Powdered sugar. Adios, turd nuggets.